Well, it's Tuesday, March 2nd. I just got home. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. So that was the second day. I've done the 1 to 9:30 shift. And yeah, it's exactly as great as I thought it would be. And it's like just part of the night crew. Um, and not many people talk. Um, a lot of people just have headphones, and everybody's just kind of doing what they're supposed to be doing, or something reasonably close to it. And there's not much interaction. Everybody just kind of knows what they're supposed to, and I'm just left alone. And aside from moving out of the way of some of the cleaning crew that is still getting used to me being there, so they have to kind of change how they run their pattern, to account for me being there. But other than that, I don't have to talk. I can just do what I need to do, and I can move around, and I don't have to deal with customers, or, it's just overall a lot better for me, and socially less invasive. It doesn't require me to answer hard questions like, how are you? Are you doing okay? All those tough ones. So I'm going to like it a lot, I think. As long as, higher ups don't they might end up liking me better, working in the later hours. So I'm going to try to enjoy it while it lasts. But and I guess the other thing that I've seen, this entire time, but I guess it never really took off. Like this thought is, sort of, and I've been wanting to for a long time, just like with quitting smoking. It took a while for me to actually give it an honest try and apply myself and decide to do it, and then do it. And I did. And yeah, it worked. Still quit. September 28th, 2019. And anyway, so my new thought, which is I've been thinking about for a long time and wanting to do it, so I'm already naturally inclined, and also I have a long history of it, as trying to, in some capacity, run again. I'll never be as mediocre as I used to be. I'll never exceed my own I never won a trophy. I never won a medal. I never was the record. No, I was really mediocre. I was mediocre with the best of the mediocre people. I might have been slightly behind the mediocre pack sometimes, though. So, but somebody has to run in the middle, or the back of the middle. And I had fun. That was the most important thing. I had fun, and it was an individual sport. That was about as much social, and I was on a team, and but I don't know. It was great. I liked it a lot. And then afterward, I kept it up, on my own, until my drinking took over, and that just kind of interfered with my running. Even then, I kept running for a while, and I'd do some drinking and running and then drinking, and yeah, it was a mess. But eventually, I just decided to give up the running and just stick with the drinking. So made it simpler. It was difficult. I tried. But anyway, and in recovery, even when I was still in treatment, I did run. I did try, and I was horrible at it. I didn't know how to breathe. Sober running I hadn't done that in a long time. So anyway, so I gave that up. It's really, but I'm thinking with this new schedule, and this is not the only thing, but it makes it really a lot more easier or something. And I've been wanting to do it anyway. And it is getting to springtime. Not that spring has anything to do with it. But yeah, I'm thinking I might try to run a bit. I'll have to remember to stretch. I think I remember all the stretches I used to do. Yeah, I know I'm not as flexible as I used to be, but I still retain some limberness. You know, I probably can't put my palms flat on the ground in front of me, but I can touch my toes and stretch my hamstrings and tie myself leg. I used to be able to put my legs behind my head, but I can't do that anymore. Lotus position and stuff, all that kind of. But my knees are my limiting factor, so I gotta take care of my knees. So I'll just have to take it slow and take it easy. I'm not nearly as young as I used to be. So I might still think I am, but this body will fight me on it. And it'll remind me it will not be subtle. No, it will not be subtle. My knees hurt just thinking about it. They're like, what are you doing? So anyway, so that'll be fun. It's still a little bit chilly. It's actually like 30 degrees out there. I don't have any running clothes. I know I don't really need specific clothes to go running, but I would like something with breathable fabric. So I'm not sure. I've got the shoes. The shoes are the most important thing for me. Gotta have the shoes, and I've got the shoes. The shoes make the run. Well, it's if I don't have my Sauconys, I'm much less likely. But I've got my Sauconys, so the rest is just willpower and desire to run, and I have that. So now it's just a matter of getting over myself and not being self-conscious about it, because I feel like if I'm going to be out there, visible, being seen, it's like I want to look good. But that's not going to be the case. I'll be running like a person my age and physical level will be running, and it'll be slow, and I'll be stopping to walk. So it will be embarrassing, but I used to embarrass myself all the time, so it shouldn't be anything new. And just like with anything else, I will get over it with practice, and I will just forget about it, forget about other people, and but the one new thing which I will have to kind of wonder about, I guess I had longer hair at one point when I was in my early 20s. It's like, how do I run with long hair again? Did I tie it back? Or what? I don't remember. I mean, I just ran with it like how it was. But it's approaching as long as it ever was at any point in my life. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If it's something I am interested in, I will figure it out. So, I'll figure it out. Is there anything else? No. I think I said things recently that kind of cover it. I did briefly talk about Heather which I'm kind of not happy that I did. But there it was. So anyway, I'm not going to say anything more about it. Oh, yeah. But, no. Some things are just, they're not secret. Um, and they're not, they're just private. Private little moments that if, discussed or even just talked about anonymously, um, they lose something. Just, that's a moment that, it was a, it was a, it was a very awkward moment. And it's like now I'm the only keeper of that moment. So it's like I'll just keep it. It's not a bad moment. It's a good moment. Oh, it's so silly. But yeah, she was real nice. She was nice to me. So anyway. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else I really wanted to talk about. Um, I guess that's it. I probably will be going to, take a midday sleep, and then I'll call. Well, I'm going to call Barbara at a different time. I'm going to try calling her at 11 and letting her know and checking on her that see if going to the meeting tonight at Nineveh is still okay. Because even though it's an 8 o'clock meeting and I have to be at work at 1 in the morning, I'm still going to go. And then I'll, take her home and take a small nap, and I don't know, figure out this new schedule of mine that I've volunteered for, and I think is going to work out just fine because I have nothing else going on. I mean, there's no other reason in my life to just, I can live whatever schedule I want. I'm the only one that has to, be okay with it. So I'm okay with it. Can I make a little extra money on the side? Or on top, I should say. So I've given myself a raise until they decide that, well, we'll see, we'll see. As long as I hold up my end of the bargain, I'm sure that everybody else will feel fine about it. If everything still looks good. I think one of the main concerns for management is, people that work when management isn't there, how effective and efficient they are being, or are they just kind of, on the clock, just staring at a phone or something. I don't know. But as long as the work's getting done. But for me, it really doesn't change much. I still have the same amount of work, so I still have to apply myself. It's not like I have extra time. The only extra time that I'm getting is all that extra time that isn't getting wasted from having to deal with little conversations between customers and other employees. It's actually the other employees that tend to take up my time. Time bandits kind of thing. I think it was a movie at some point. Well, it was actually a kind of a scary movie. I didn't actually like it all that well. It was okay. It was just a little scary. It was supposed to be funny or something too. It was for kids. I don't know. Maybe I read things into it that I'm not supposed to read into it. There's like deeper meanings in things. It's like, no, that's not a kid's movie. Ugh, ugh, ugh. it was a Terry Gilliam production, something like that. So anyway, I don't really have anything. Still feel a little bit embarrassed, but I think I'm okay. I'm okay. It's like I'm allowed to have feelings, and as long as I'm taking responsibility for them, and and are aware of them, and you know, not overreacting or underreacting. Just finding the balance in between, the appropriate level, or it's like as if you could just have a dial and turn up or down the intensity. It's like, I don't even know. I'm just here doing my thing. I don't even know what's going on in the rest of the world. And it's like, I kind of think that I need to more focus on people that are actually around me in my physical environment, that I see, talk to. I don't know. I am on the fence about that. It just seems a little bit strange. And I know that's coming from me, but there's just a lot I don't know. And I'm not receiving. Of course, I'm not asking questions either, so there's that. How can somebody tell me what I want to know if I'm not asking questions? Whereas I'm just kind of waiting and watching or something. I don't know. There's stuff going on, so it's like, and I don't really have any pressing. If something came up in my local environment, it's like really caught my interest and required me to investigate, then I would investigate. But there's no one around me right now that's, got my attention or is extremely interesting and I need to get a second opinion about. It's like, hey, I met this person. They say this, they talk about this. They might be autistic. What do you think? To gauge a reaction. Or if there's no reaction, or if there's just like, oh, good for you. You should ask them this. You should ask them that. And well, that would tell me. And so I was like, okay. So, I don't know. It's really difficult for me right now to figure out what is going on and what is not going on. It could just be exactly nothing is going on. And it's all up here. Everything. And it's like, am I ready to? Yes, I am ready to accept that. I've been working on it. That's why I can smile and be okay about stuff, because I've already accepted that reality as a quite real reality. Any other reality, it's like I would have to work on. I would be like, oh, wait a second. So that was all real this entire time? And I've been worrying and over nothing? Of course, I'd smile about that too, because I can see that too. And it's like, I just really don't know how anybody else's mind operates and how they think. It's like people like to think that everybody thinks like how they do, and they interpret and visualize and see the world like how they do. It's like, no, they don't. People, I don't know how I see it versus how anybody else sees it, but apparently I see it differently. And I react differently, and I don't even know, but I'm just not interested in the same things as a lot of other people. And I tend to appreciate things differently than how it seems like a lot of other people. So when I pick up on other people in my environment, I don't know. I'm not really saying anything right now. But I'm not in a hurry. That's the thing. I'm not in a hurry. So I am in some way having fun in my unknowingness, and I'm getting a lot of good material as far as what I'm thinking is, it's like I'm getting a lot of creative insight and fuel, and being taken in my mind different directions that I would have never thought of. Like all these different little stimuli and response. It's like I'm seeing things and hearing things and reading things and feeling things that I never would have, had the opportunity to experience, and that causes a reaction. And I interpret the material in the way that I do, and put it out there, and it gets a response, and that response gets a response, and that's the conversation, and that's what I want to talk to and engage with and have a discourse and a dialogue. And I don't know. I guess that for me that's fun. That connection, because I don't get that with most people. Most people, it's just very surface, and that's okay too. But it does get exhausting. Of course, everything gets exhausting. In excess, in overabundance, everything gets exhausting. So, I don't know. I am just rambling, and I should go. So, until next time, it's been fun.